History tells us the Mongol Empire was built by ruthless horsemen, men who conquered more land than any empire before them. But hidden behind those charging armies was a target just as powerful: a moving capital, a mobile command center, a traveling fortress, and sometimes it was defended by women, not symbolic figures, not legends, war-trained elite women of the Mongol Empire. If you want to uncover the real stories history rarely tells, subscribe to Think Smart Media. Join us as we reveal the truths behind the world's greatest empires. The Mongol Empire didn't rely on cities, it relied on movement. Across the vast Eurasian steppe, power traveled in the form of the ordo, the ruling household and noble court. This was no ordinary camp. It carried the empire's wealth, its leaders, families, its political authority, its supplies, and its future. Thousands of wagons, horses, servants, and guards moved together like a living capital. If the army was the sword of the empire, the ordo was its heart, and enemies knew it. Attacking the ordo wasn't just a raid, it was an attack on the empire itself. Within these moving capitals lived the Khatans, the elite women of Mongol society. They were not passive observers. They controlled their own ordos, managed resources, oversaw political alliances, and maintained stability while armies campaigned across continents. In Mongol culture, survival demanded strength from everyone. Women rode horses daily. They hunted, they traveled vast distances, and when necessary, they could fight. Not because they were soldiers in formal units, but because they were part of a mobile empire that could never afford weakness. The defense of the ordo was essential, and everyone inside it was part of that reality. One woman became the most powerful symbol of this world. Her name was Khutulun. Born into Mongol royalty in the late 1200s, she grew up in the heart of the imperial war machine. She learned to ride as a child, to hunt, to wrestle, and to master the skills of the steppe. Historical accounts describe her riding alongside her father, Kaidu Khan. During military campaigns, she did not remain behind. She rode forward. Some chroniclers claim she captured enemy soldiers herself, not as a myth, but as a trained elite member of the ruling class. Her strength became legendary. She refused to marry unless a man could defeat her in wrestling. None could she remained undefeated. In a society built on mobility and power, she stood among its strongest. There was no formal all-female army, no named regiment of women archers like modern militaries. But that doesn't make the truth less powerful. Elite Mongol women were trained. They were capable, they held authority, and when the empire's moving capital needed protection, they were ready. Because in the Mongol world, power did not stay behind walls, it rode across the open steppe, and those who carried it had to be ready to defend it. The Mongol Empire became the largest contiguous empire in human history. Its armies conquered continents, but its survival depended on more than warriors at the front. It depended on the mobile capitals behind them, the ordos, and the elite women who helped protect the empire's beating heart. Not myths, not fantasy, but a reality forged on horseback in the most powerful empire the world had ever seen. If this story changed how you see history, subscribe to Think Smart Media for more untold stories of empires, inventors, and the people who shaped our world. Because history is not just what happened, it's what was forgotten, and we bring it back.